Well, that was quick. Okay, let's just see what the energies are about. Okay. Well, we have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Five of Swords. So you're, I love you, Aquarius. So you're getting the blessing from the universe of more money. Man, you're more physical health. You have this opportunity. Why are you fighting it? Or who are you arguing with? Or why are you saying possibly, oh, I don't know if I can make that happen. Or you're second guessing yourself, I guess is what I'm saying. Here's this opportunity for growth. I'm going to use my wand. Here's this opportunity for growth. This is the Ace. The Ace are new beginnings around your money, more money, around your health. And here you have this card facing it like, well, I need to be competitive, but I need to beat everybody else. But I need to, people are challenging me. No, don't feel that way. Just kind of, if you're the one that needs to drop your armor, take a deep breath, like I said earlier with this retrograde. Because it feels like either you're fighting yourself with this, or you're thinking, oh, it's not enough, or I'm not good enough, and I need to pump up myself around others, or, spread my wings and have people look at how wonderful I am. I'm not sure what the deal is here, but relax those tensions somewhat. Let's see what this transitory card from March has to say. Well, Knight of Swords now. Okay, so a lot of mental thinking, Aquarius. This is Aquarius for Sun, Moon, and Rising. So watch your Moon and Rising if this doesn't resonate. But I'm getting the general theme for the first 2 weeks of April. Excuse me. Had a little bit of a sore throat. Knight of Swords. Yeah, you're ready to just cut through the BS and say, okay, you guys, and I feel like this wanting to move forward so fast, you're going against the grain. See how this clouds are moving this way and he's going that way and the wind is who are you moving against? I think for some of you it's going to be yourself. I think for some of you think you're in competition with others, but you're really not. It is about plumping up yourself or pumping up yourself, but for you, not around others. So you have this ready to take charge and this armor on, and then ready to go to battle if you need to. I do think you have this blessing of more money. I feel like I need to pull one more card. I'm smiling because there's so much air around this very grounded pentacle. There's so much thinking, analyzing. What are you thinking about? Let's see what you're thinking about. Well, the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a nurturing, intuitive, loving, compassionate, psychic woman. Same as intuitive, but very flowy. I feel like, you could take on some of those traits. I know some of you will say, well, my rising or moon sign is Scorpio or Pisces. Well, it very well may be. And maybe you want to try out some of those traits while you have all this error going on, this mental thinking. Just try chilling out and just seeing if you go into your inner self, your deep expression, your emotions. Go into your heart space. Lots of blue. I mean, even in this has yellow, but look how all these swords have a lot of blue in them. What is this? I see. Trying to, give me a second, trying to describe that. Some of you are going to want to be gardening, if I can say it. Maybe you want to be a gardener. Or you're planting flowers, because the first thing I saw was nice little potted flowers. So some of you may be doing that, or maybe you're in the landscape business. That would be more of a, maybe a Taurus, but maybe not. Maybe not. Or maybe you just love nature. That might be what it was telling me. And it's a good time. This is spring now. We're in spring. So go outside if you have a moment. If the allergies, unlike Austin, Texas, hopefully yours are not too bad because they're quite a bit here. Let's see what this is. I feel like there's a cornucopia of opportunities for you all, Aquarius. I'm seeing a cornucopia, and it has different, like a rainbow, a vertical rainbow. So I'm seeing blues and golds and yellows covering this cornucopia. And I dare you stick your hand in to see what might be in there for you that's different than what you've seen before, different than what you've been doing. Thinking differently really would be more of what, since you're an air sign and these swords came up, thinking differently, being different, so that you can possibly be different if you want. And for you all, I see a horse, a beautiful horse, like a stallion, gorgeous. Horses usually mean what? Abundance, power. They're large, strong animals. Okay, my friends, I'm going to add up the cards, and I have 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 3 1s. 3 1s and a 5. Okay, so that's about new beginnings. This ace is real important, and it's saying, man, I'm going against you, you sword signs. I don't care. I'm grounded. If you want to be in your head, whatever, but you have this blessing of abundance. And 8 is about abundance. So come on, you all. Feel your abundance. Even if you're not seeing all the money in the world right now, even if you're not seeing, your health perfectly, just feel it, visualize it. Feel it more than anything. Do the Queen of Cups. Well, we have 2 people that are really contemplating, don't we? Interesting. We have the 2 of Wands, and we have a major arcana is the Hermit card. Boy, that's so interesting to me. So the wands represent our work. Where's my wand? Where's my wand? My selenite wand. So this represents our creative passion, what we do in the world, what our work is, who we are. And the 2 of Wands represents, after the Ace of Wands, after the birth of an idea, the beginning of it. How are you going to pull this off? How are you going to put this plan into action? See how he's standing here between the 2 wands and he's holding the ball like, really contemplating how physically he's going to put his creative, his juices, his new ideas, this new beginning. It feels so inspirational to me. I'm like feeling high. I mean, feeling, in a good high. You know what I'm saying? Joyous, jubilant. Because, not that these are jubilant cards, they are, but, I mean, the sun would be more than this, but this feels like, oh, wow, new pathways opening for you, Aquarius. And next to this, who is right behind him, isn't it? This Hermit is facing the 2 of Wands. So this is a card where the universe is saying, look into your inner reserves. Who are you, Aquarius? Take some time out for you. What is it you're wanting? What can you create and imagine and visualize and plan for yourself that's new and different? And a lot of Aquarians I know are really wanting to step into their Aquarian mode. And you guys are so innovative and creative. And that might mean stepping out of one mode of life, of lifestyle, and into another one. Some of you all may be moving. Some of you all may be transforming your very being, transforming the way you do business, transforming your everyday life. But I feel like that, the Hermit comes to play into the reading when we want to go out at night. This is what he's doing, or sit in our very nice Zen room and feel what we feel inside of us. What is it that we really want? What moves us? What is your inner self saying to do next? Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at the first 2 weeks of May, after Mercury has gone retrograde and after the shadow period. Oh my gosh, Aquarius, go Aquarius. Okay, we have two very positive cards. So we have another major arcana that's falling below the Hermit is the World card. Nice. It's the last one of the major arcana, so everything is starting to come up feeling like roses. There are some bright spots. There is light at the end of that tunnel. The rainbows are coming out. Light. You've been through a lot. It feels like what this card really means, it's coming full circle, right? Because you think about the first major arcana card, and it's actually the Zero, the Fool. So he's kind of like, I'm out and about, and I'm sort of freewheeling, and I'm just having a good time. My heart's open to whatever comes about. But on his journey, he sees a lot of ups and downs, and possibly marriages that didn't work, jobs that didn't work. But at the end of this comes full circle, and he or she, because this is a woman that's naked, and so she's open to the truth of life. Life is becoming understandable, enlightened, feeling like you're ready to move towards what you love. And the card that's facing this is the Eight of Pentacles. And I love this card. This Pentacle card is a very prosperous card, obviously. It's one of the most, of all the Pentacle cards, 8, 9, and 10 though are, and 3 is too. But the 8 is a beneficial financial card. This means that you're, it can mean that, go back on this. It can mean that you are an apprentice, but that's not always what I get from this card. A lot of times it is that you are expanding what you're already doing, or you're altering it, or you're changing it, or you're focusing on it so much that you want to really streamline it. You can see how he has 6 pentacles already finished. He's working diligently on one, and one is on the floor ready to be worked on next. So whatever you're getting ready to, whatever you focused on here during the last 2 weeks of April, I feel like you're putting into play in May. And it's really a nice feeling that you have when you're doing your thing, Aquarius. You're doing what you want. Okay, let's see what the transition card is. What energies go from April into May? There's something else I want to say about this. This can also represent health. So if you've wanted your health to get better, or you've really been looking at a new regime, maybe a better way of eating that's healthy for you, or working out, that can be represented in this. And health is a big part of our success in life, isn't it? I mean, healthy body, healthy mind, healthy home. All right, so now we have the King of Cups. What's funny, I was just talking about health, because the King of Cups is the consummate healer, doctor. He's the master of his emotions. He's very intuitive. He's mastered that. He's a water sign, can be, probably is, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So think about who is in your life who is a water sign, and put the comments below. Let me see what I get from this, because it came from really contemplating, and this could be the feeling of, this may be a water sign, or it may be you, the feeling of, now I know how to give. Now I know, not that you haven't, but I know how to give how I want, and I know how to receive what I need. My intuition, and this is me talking about you, my intuition has really expanded. My third eye, my crown chakra. What else do I get around this? There's a lot of water, so you're maybe going with the flow more, meeting your needs, meeting your criteria, self-compassion is what you've needed for some of this. And maybe for others too, Aquarius, it could be that, yes, you are the innovators, but also, what do the other people around you in your circle, either your family, friends, compadres, need? And you're experiencing the giving of life to yourself and others. I just feel like this is such a cornucopia of flow and of giving. So some nice cards. I want to see what this clarification card is. Well, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is victory and success. About our clarity, our mental thinking, which would make sense, because here you are, you're really delving into, what do you need? How can I make this work? And you become clear about it. It's the card that represents mental and clarity and clear thinking, so that we can move forward in a very prosperous and successful way. You know, these are all positive cards. So not to say that life is just, you know, cherries and roses and and all of that, because it's not. It's the valleys that also make us or motivate us to look inside of ourselves and to see what we can do differently. So that's also in this recipe of wonderfulness. Okay, I feel like you've been doing that, some of you Aquarians. All right, okay, so let me look into the sphere. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What do we see in the crystal for Aquarius? Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, well, I have two ways to describe this visual. One is, okay, or actually three. One is when I first turn the visual, I don't want to move it too much because I don't want to lose it. Okay, one was like a ghost or spirit. And it's funny how when I see this, it looks like a ghost. And we know that ghosts are spirits that have passed on. Sometimes they're not ready to transition into the spirit world and they stay on the earth plane. So any of you all that have, you know, there's people that can help them transition. It can be an animal too. But also it can be the spirit world, and that you're really inclined to be part of that world. Maybe you're a channeler, maybe you channel, maybe you trans, maybe you're a trans medium. I'm just saying that it could be that you're very much into the spirit world. I hesitate to say what I'm getting ready to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. The other word that came up to me, and it might be that some of you all are needing to replace your plumbing, because when I turn what went from a spirit. It looked like a commode or a toilet. So some of you all may be replacing your bathroom. Let's just put it that way, or your commode, or it can be sort of an archetypal flushing down, the commode of life, what you don't need any longer. So that was that was interesting. I've learned to just say things, even if they sound like they're a bit odd, because someone may relate to that. Someone may be remodeling your bathroom, or, you live in an apartment and you told them, listen, my toilet's not working. Or you're, like I said, flushing down what you don't need. Maybe flushing out of your system too. Some of you might be detoxing. Okay. Let's see if there's any totem animals that come up. Okay, so what is this totem animal? Okay, so this looks like a very abstract looking, like a penguin. So if any of you all are into, this is a rather large, I don't know if they're considered birds or not. I've gotten a penguin out of this sphere before, but it's not this same visual, because this is real abstract looking. So, the penguins do what they swim, and they're on land. And so it might be that you're experiencing so many new heights in life, or so many different ways of looking at things, that you can do both. You can breathe in the water, you can breathe outside of the water. And forgive me but I do believe they can breathe in the water. All right. Interesting.